In this review, we'll check out the North Face Resolve 2 rain jacket, which I've been testing for a while now, and now I'm ready to reveal all the good and the bad about this jacket. We'll look at how breathable and water resistant it is, how practical and useful it is in real life, and go through all the features on this jacket. If you want to skip to a specific part in this video, pause the video right here to see the table of contents. But before we begin, I wanted to mention that we have a more in-depth review with all the buying options on our site hikemunch.com, which I've linked out to in the video description. Make sure to check it out, and if you like this video, subscribe to this channel for more videos just like this one. But for now, let's get right into the review. Unlike many other rain jackets, this one doesn't pack inside its own pocket. Instead, you can roll it up inside the hood. It's not the best solution and it's still very bulky in a packed state, but it does the job just fine. You can see how it compares in a packed state with the North Face Venture 2 rain jacket in this shot. Personally, I own this jacket in medium, and it weighs 16 ounces or 460 grams. For a rain jacket, that's pretty heavy, as most of them weigh about 11 ounces or 300 grams. So if you're looking for a rain jacket for ultralight hiking, then you should consider other options instead. Before we cover anything else, let's quickly look at what materials this rain jacket is made from. For this rain jacket, North Face has used their dry vent fabrics, which are made to be fully waterproof and fully windproof. The outer layer is made from 70D nylon with waterproof polyurethane coating. From the inside, it's lined with 40D polyester mesh liner in the body, a 70D polyester in the hood and sleeves, and a fleece-like material in the collar. One reason why I think that this jacket is so heavy is because the fabric feels very thick and very rugged. From my initial tests and initial experience, I'd say that this jacket will last a very long time. The side pocket zippers and the main zipper are made by YKK, which means that they're very durable. They open and close very smoothly, and so far I like everything about them. As you'd already expect, there aren't any issues with the seams and the stitching from North Face. I didn't find any loose threads or production defects on this jacket. All the seams are sealed from the inside, so there shouldn't be any water leaking inside the jacket. But we'll do a water resistance test later in this video to confirm this. And by the way, this jacket is machine washable in warm water. And now let's cover all the features on this jacket. On the top, it has a collar and a hood. If you want to, you can actually hide the hood inside the collar by rolling it up inside and closing it off with the Velcro clip at the back. When you do that, the collar starts to feel a bit on the thicker side, but in a way it acts like an additional insulation for your neck. The hood is pretty large and it covers your whole head, so no rain can get inside. You can tighten the hood on each side with these bungee cords, depending on the wind speed. Personally, I really like this hood because when it's very windy or when you're riding a bicycle, you can just tighten the hood so it doesn't flop around and adjust it more loosely when there's no wind around. The main zipper isn't waterproof, but it's protected with a Velcro cover so no rain can get inside. This jacket has one pocket on each side, which should be waterproof, but I keep a small Ziploc bag in there just in case I need to keep my phone dry in a very heavy rain. At the bottom, there's an adjustment cord on each side for tightening the bottom part of the jacket. The sleeves are sealed off with elastic cuffs with no additional way to tighten them. They do feel a bit loose, so if you'll be wearing this jacket outside when you're doing something that requires your hands to be up, some water will get through the cuffs. So that you can get a good understanding on how the North Face Resolve 2 might fit for you, my personal measurements are as follows. I'm 37.4 inches or 95 centimeters in chest size, 38.5 inches or 98 centimeters in waist, and 33.5 or 85 centimeters in sleeve length. I purchased the medium version based on the sizing chart on their website. In terms of fit, the sleeve length is just perfect for me. Around the waist and around the chest it does feel a bit loose, but at the same time it's not too loose. This gives me a lot of room to wear additional layers underneath in case it gets cold. The collar on the North Face 2 is definitely on the larger side. At times I feel like it's too high, and personally I think that it looks a bit weird. However, the good thing is that from the inside it's lined with fleece, which keeps your neck warm and protected from wind. In terms of wind resistance, the North Face Resolve blocks basically all the wind coming through. It's the first thing that I noticed when I wore this jacket in storm. Essentially, I felt cold everywhere else except under the jacket because it's so good at wind resistance. In my opinion, the largest downside to this jacket is that it isn't very breathable. If you'll be doing something that doesn't require that much effort on your end, like walking through the forest or simply using it daily for commuting, then it will be just fine. However, whenever you start doing something more active, you'll start sweating a lot. When I was hiking with this jacket, I only got sweaty once the temperature got above 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius. I also got sweaty whenever the trail got rough and required some more effort, so for hiking I'd say that it's kind of okay. But I've also used this rain jacket while cycling and running. While cycling I did get really sweaty inside, but it was still bearable. But when I was running, after about 4 kilometers, I was basically dripping inside when the temperature outside was only 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius. So I definitely wouldn't recommend the North Face Resolve 2 for cycling or running. That said, there's also a good thing that comes out of the bad breathability. It's that this jacket is very warm. Even though it has no insulation, if you wear a fleece jacket underneath, it will feel warmer compared to some winter jackets. So if you'll be using it in the mountains, you can stack a few layers underneath and you'll be very warm. You can even skip bringing the winter jacket entirely and save some weight, but it's better to test it out in safe conditions first before attempting that. I've used this jacket many times now, even in a rainstorm. From my initial experiences, this jacket feels completely waterproof. But to prove that, I'll do a test. To test the water resistance of the North Face Resolve 2, I'll go out on a short little hike. The weather forecast showed that it will rain today. Hopefully we get at least 15 to 30 minutes of good rain so I can show you how waterproof this jacket actually is. After that, I'll take it off and see whether I'm wet or not. Oh, and I apologize for the video quality because I'm filming with my phone. I've been hiking for about 5 kilometers now and it only just started raining. Nothing crazy yet, but hopefully this increases over time and we can get this jacket really wet. So it's been raining for about 30 minutes now. I'm very close to home and when I'm there I'll take off the jacket and see if I'm wet inside. But I do have to say that I feel very dry right now. So I just returned home and I managed to get about 30 minutes of moderate rain. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but the jacket is still completely wet. I'll take it off now and let's see if anything's wet on the inside. As you can see, it's completely wet from the outside, but the water hasn't soaked in the fabric. That's because it's very good at repelling water. And from the inside, everything feels completely dry. The main body, the collar, the sleeves, everything feels completely dry, except for this bottom part right here. It's not completely wet, but it's slightly damp. And now let's get into my final verdict on this jacket. Let's start with the pros. First of all, I really dig the water resistance and the wind resistance. Based on my own tests and experience, it's completely waterproof and completely windproof. Another thing that I really like is the fit and the looks of this jacket. In my opinion, the North Face Resolve looks good enough to even be used as an everyday rain jacket, not only while hiking. And lastly, I like that it's not too expensive and at the same time it's made by a very reliable brand. And now let's get into the cons. Personally, I feel like the largest downside to this jacket is the breathability. You'll get completely soaked if you'll be running, cycling, or walking a difficult trail in the mountains because it's very bad at breathability. Another issue is that this jacket is very heavy, weighing at almost half a kilo. And lastly, there are a few tiny issues, like the fact that it doesn't pack down to a small size and that the elastic cuffs feel too loose. So, would I recommend the North Face Resolve 2 rain jacket? It depends on what you'll be using it for. If you want a somewhat affordable and fully waterproof rain jacket that looks good enough to be used every day, yet versatile enough to be used out in the woods, then go for it. But if you want a rain jacket for cycling, running, mountain climbing, or some heavy-duty trails, then I'd suggest getting something more breathable. Also, the heavy weight and the large pack size is a big turnoff for the ultralight hikers. As always, we have a more in-depth article with all the buying options on hikemuch.com. You can find the link to that in the video description below. And if you aren't subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing for more videos just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.